It was good. It was good to see guys tackle. A couple periods were live, so as I'm learning about the guys, and as Coach said, we got to play physical. But I get to see who's a physical player and who needs to be more physical.
Who stuck to you as a physical player today? Or who stood out today?
D. Smith had some pretty good tackles. Josh, Harvey Clemens, Kane, those guys, and then we had an opportunity where we could have hit the quarterback. Obviously, the quarterback's not live, but Carter would have had a nice hit. But those right now, those guys stick out to me.
Is Carter a guy that you can see, getting in the mix, change, as a threat to play quite a bit this year?
Yeah, that's what we're developing him for right now in spring. So there's going to be a lot of competition there at corner. But with him and Ronald, those would be the two new guys playing corner, and then Tremaine and Jair, who played in that boundary. But yeah, he's a guy that can definitely emerge in the boundary.
What's he kind of bring as far as, he's easily the biggest
Yes,
guy you got?
that size. I was going to say, have you seen him? So his size, he can run. I just got to get him up to speed and as far as all the learning, playing corner and then learning the defense.
Seems like a deep group that you came in with, and you like what you're seeing there from the guys?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. It's a veteran group. So with the corners, with Shaq and Tremaine, Jair, Josh, Chucky, D, all those guys, and then Zach, all those guys getting playing time last year. I mean, definitely, it's an experienced group, and it's definitely a deep group.
Those two. Well, D's a sophomore, I guess. Kane's redshirt for the second-year guys. What do you think about those guys and the potential that they have?
I think just in general, those two guys have great potential. But just in general, the group. I mean, as long as we continue to grow every day, as long as we continue to learn, and then play consistent with coaches ask. And I ask guys to be accountable, because we have to make sure that we're accountable in the back end, just handling our business. And I use the analogy is like we all have our piece to the puzzle, and if we don't bring our piece to the puzzle, then there's no puzzle. So we all have to do our job.
How are you dividing up, what you and Cord do as far as you all working with all positions, or are you?
Yeah, we're all working in all positions. So you see me, I stand on one side and I coach the right side, whether that be field or boundary. So we're both doing, because I've coached this whole secondary by myself at times, and then I'm leaning a lot on Court. He's been here, he knows the scheme, and he's a good coach, so I trust him. And then Coach Grantham and Coach Petrino trust him. As far as the meetings, I present to the entire group in the meetings, and then we'll break up to do whether that's corner safety stuff or star, which is our nickel package stuff. But I'm teaching him about stuff about the corners, and to pay attention to that, and then I'm seeing the corner and the safety. So in practice, just for learning from both of us, what we try to do is he'll take a side and I'll take a side.
What do you like about Cord as a young coach?
He's smart. He's smart. He has a lot of energy. He's going to be good. He's going to be good.
Shaq mentioned he's being leaned on or starting looked at as more of becoming a leader on the field. Are you starting to see that from him out there?
I'd like to see more, and then more of it being a leader is just about doing, and not about talking. And I know everybody knows Shaq as a talker, but he has toned that down a little bit. But I think leaders get people to follow them and get people to do the right thing. So leaders, really show by their actions. And it's not just Shaq. I want to develop multiple leaders, and that'd be great if we could have all the guys be leaders in the group in their own respect. So it's just not Shaq. It's just not Josh. Everybody's going to have their, like I said, their piece. Some other guys are better at other things. So we all going to learn from each other.
What are the on-field things that Shaq needs to get better at, or things that he is good at right now?
Shaq needs to play every down. I think just every down to be consistent.
Has that been an issue with him?
That's what I see so far. I don't know if that's been an issue, but that's what I'm going to emphasize on him. Like, I know you're a good player, but you got to show it every down. You have to do it every play. And then with the accountability and how you have to play in the secondary, as soon as you take a play off or you don't do your job, it could be a touchdown.
Does that spur even more competition from the guys that might sense that as well? Like
Yeah,
an opening?
every time. So when he went out today, then there was an opportunity for Sturge Hill and then other guys to come in and play. Ronald and Carter and all those guys got more reps. Parnell got more reps, and if you miss reps and if you have to get sit down or whatever the case is, then other guys are getting better.
What's your impression of Ronald thus far?
you know, he's a guy that is just new here, and he has to learn the scheme. He has to learn all the techniques. You know, so he has a lot of catching up to do. But he has great size. He can run. So we just got to make sure that we're teaching him right, and then he learns learns the package. He's just got to focus on his job.
Is Sturgill a guy that's improving? Didn't play very much last year.
Yeah, I mean, he tested great. You know, he tested really good when we did our testing, and you know, we just got to make sure just the details of things, and then you got to show up like in scrimmage. We got to show up. So I haven't seen any of that. We got to go back in. We got to watch the film, and then it'll be graded. But you know, everybody will be graded off of that.
How would you judge, you know, just defense versus offense today?
We all have stuff that we need to improve on. So when I see the film, I'll know better.
All right. Appreciate it.